One day, Prophet Uzair alayhi salam headed to his farm, far away from the town he lived. He left early in the morning and traveled through the desert on his donkey. It was a hot day, and the sun shone brightly. By afternoon, he reached a deserted town. When the Prophet looked around, all he could see was old and destroyed buildings and bones lying everywhere. He was really tired, so he decided to take rest under a tree. He took out his food and started eating it. After some time, the Prophet stood up and looked around. When he saw the ruined city, he was sad. How could Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring back life into the city? He wondered. He said this not out of doubt, but out of curiosity. When Allah heard this, He decided to teach the Prophet a lesson. He sent an angel of death to the Prophet, and the angel took his life. The Prophet lay without life under that tree for 100 years. In the meantime, his donkey died, and it turned into dust, except for its bones. After 100 years, God sent the angel of death back to the Prophet to revive him. The angel arrived and raised the Prophet back from the dead. The Prophet opened his eyes and saw the angel standing before him. The angel asked him, "For how long did you sleep?" "A day or part of a day." He said this because he knew he had slept early afternoon, and now it was late in the afternoon. "You remained asleep for 100 years," said the angel. The Prophet was shocked to hear that. He realized that it was by the power of God that he came back to life. He then ate and drank from the food he brought with him. Then the angel revived his donkey as well. The Prophet learned a lesson that day. Allah had made a sign for his people. He then rode on his donkey back to his native town. But he was not quite ready for the surprise waiting for him. The Prophet had been gone for 100 years, and in that time the whole town had changed. He rode on his donkey and passed through the town. There are new buildings everywhere, and he couldn't recognize anyone in the town. He rode toward his house, hoping someone would recognize him. When he reached his house, he couldn't recognize anyone there as well. "Who are you?" one of the women asked. "I am Uzair," he replied. "We don't know anyone by that name," the woman replied. She asked others in the house if they knew him, but they shook their heads and told him they don't know him. The Prophet saw an old woman who was blind and crippled sitting outside the house. When he looked closely, he realized that this woman was his maid. She had grown so old, and she couldn't see or walk either. "Isn't this the house of Uzair?" he asked her. "Yes, it is," she said. "But people have long forgotten about him. He was gone around 100 years ago." "I am Uzair," he told her. "Allah had taken my life, and now after 100 years, He has returned it to me." The old woman was confused. Even though she was able to recognize the voice, she still couldn't believe him. How could she? The Prophet had been away for not 1 or 2 years, but for 100 years. So she told the Prophet, Allah used to answer Uzair's prayers. If you are Uzair, then pray to Allah that I might see. The Prophet agreed and prayed to Allah. He stood up and placed his fingers on her eyes, gently massaging them. Then he took her hands and said, "Get up by the power of Allah." She opened her eyes, and now she could see. Her blindness was gone. Then she stood up and walked as well. The old woman couldn't believe this. She told the Prophet, "Yes, what you are saying is the truth. I bear witness that you are Uzair." The Prophet then asked her the whereabouts of his children. She told him they were doing quite fine. His eldest son was 118 years old by now. She took the Prophet to an assembly of Israelites. The Prophet's son was the head of the assembly. Even his children and grandchildren were part of the assembly. The old woman introduced the Prophet to his sons. "This is your father." His sons were baffled. Their father was dead for almost 100 years by now. How could this ever happen? They were confused. "He is your father, Uzair. He is back," the old woman said repeatedly. "You are lying," his son said. "How can he be back after 100 years? They accused her of lying. "I am your old maid," said the woman. "He just prayed to Allah for me, and here I am, walking and seeing." The people then stood up and approached the Prophet. "My father had a black mole between his shoulders," he told the Prophet. "We will believe you if you can show me that mark." The Prophet took off his shirt and showed them the black mole. His son couldn't believe it. He now knew that they were standing before his father. He couldn't believe his eyes. Everyone was happy. Many of the young men gathered there had never met the Prophet, but they had heard stories about his wisdom from their parents. They had another reason to be happy as well. Uzair was sitting under a tree, and the people were standing before him. While the Prophet was asleep, Nebuchadnezzar, the evil king of Babylon, had destroyed all the copies of the Torah to destroy their religion. No one remembered the Torah now. The only copy left in the world was buried somewhere only the Prophet knew. "Allah is truly great," one of his grandsons said. "Only you can tell us where the last copy of the Torah is." The Prophet led the people to the hidden place and took out the copy of the Torah. But the book had been buried for so long. Its leaves were rotted and the book itself crumpled. He sat under the shade of a tree, surrounded by the children of Israel, and copied out the Torah for them from that script. Henceforth, the Jews said that Prophet Uzair is the son of Allah, for the two pieces of evidence which came down from heaven, for his copying the Torah, and for his fighting the cause of the Israelites. The village, which was in ruins, is said to be Sayrabad. Did you like the story, kids? If you liked it, then please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification icon to keep updated on all our videos.